Hey guys, it is Nick here, and today we will be seeing the results of what will happen with the governor situation now that it is Shane and Dale exposing the governor instead of like Rick or Shane or Michonne. This is part 8 to What If Sophia Joined Negan. Now, before we cut to the whole Dale and Shane governor situation, we'll cut to Rick real quick because him and Lori and Carl did go to King County just kind of earlier just to get weaponry for Woodbury and just in case the governor was hiding something. Rick has his encounter with Morgan, but as I've stated in other stories, as much as I would like to believe that Morgan could somehow find the willpower to, like, go with Rick, even though Lori is alive and everything, in his clear state, I don't think that that's possible. I think that Morgan at this point needed Eastman to gain some kind of understanding again. So, Rick understanding this like before leaves him to his own devices. Now, speaking of the whole Woodbury thing, the governor is being held at gunpoint by Shane because the governor had walked in to Shane and Dale uncovering his big secrets with the tanks and Penny. Now, while Shane pushes the governor out with his shotgun, Dale grabs one of the tankers with the heads and the governor's zombified daughter, Penny, because their plan is to bring out the evidence to the street to expose the governor right in front of everybody, rather than just destroy the evidence. Andrea, walking in just as all of this is going down, is about to ask what is going on, but Shane and Dale both look at her to signify that she is not really in a good position to be asking questions right now, and she'll know soon enough why they did all this. Now, with all that said, all of them make their way out to the streets of Woodbury, where at this point a large crowd, almost the entirety of Woodbury, along with Rick's group, has come out to see what's going on. Now, Shane and Dale are just about to explain to everybody, including their own people, what's going on, but at that moment, Rick, Carl, Merle, Daryl, Lori, Carol, Glenn, Axel, Maggie, and Martinez all come back. Now, granted, they were separate away from each other, like Rick, Carl, and Lori, and then the rest of them, but they still all arrive about the same exact time. And now, with seemingly everyone here, this makes things even better, because now everybody can know at once what the governor truly is. And Shane looks at Dale to signify now's as good a time as any to tell them. Dale is then the one to say the governor is not who he has seemed to be, especially to his own people. He has kept these walker heads and tanks and everything in a secret room in his big house, and he has kept his zombified daughter Penny chained up in a darker part of the room next to the room with all the tanks of heads, and that the governor has just been feeding everybody a load of nonsense. Andrea, now, since it's not Michonne who exposed the governor and, took his eye out and everything else, since the circumstances are different, she really feels sorry for Dale and Shane that she was such a jerk. And this would be the most genuine we would see Andrea, probably ever. And if you think that's something, Milton, Martinez, and Merle, there's 3 M's, so kinda weird to say that. But anyways, the 3 of them are in just as much shock as everyone, basically, and feeling like they were betrayed by the governor, especially Merle, who was saved by him and got, the prosthetic arm and whatever else, the knife hand. The governor, seeing as his whole leadership is in ruins at this point, is about to attack to try and get his roll back. But that doesn't really work so good, and Shane knocks him down with the butt end of the shotgun, knocking the governor straight on his face onto the hard cement. Now, at that moment, Rick pulls out his python and shoots the governor's zombified daughter, and it's a tad bit later, or I would say it was even earlier than when she originally was put down by Michonne. At this point, I'd say it's around the same time, if not like a little bit later. But anyways, doesn't matter, because now the governor's in Cray Cray Town. And he is about to attack again, because seeing as the fact that his leadership is in shambles, everything he's worked for is pretty much gone, he's got nothing to lose. So he's about to attack, but Rick points his gun straight at him, showing that now he's pretty much done, and gives him a total of 2 choices. He can either A, get out of here, never show his face again, and perhaps live out there on his own, or die right here and now, because after everything, there is no way that he is going to be living with them. And he's not even sure if the governor was telling the truth about Sophia being alive, so Rick would definitely be serious in saying this. And Andrea even looks at the governor, and the once love eyes that hit his are gone, and all he's met with from her is seriousness and disgust. The governor, seeing as he's really got no other option, and luckily has 2 eyes still, even though he's in Cray Cray Town, seeing as he's got pretty much nothing and no choice, takes a car and leaves. Surprisingly, that worked almost too well. But nobody has time to worry about this. As long as the governor never shows his face here again, what do they got to worry about? They just got to keep looking for Sophia and prosper in Woodbury. Dale, I feel, would be elected to be the governor in this case. Now, whether or not he would choose to accept this is beyond me. But I feel that Dale would probably accept this and be the new governor. And Rick and Shane would be the 2 policemen of the town. Now, this would be kind of like an Alexandria job offer, but, you know, it's in Woodbury. Now, who would be to decide this? I feel like it would be decided amongst the town, not just one select person. Meanwhile, a certain someone had come across a car with Rick, Lori, and Carl going in it, and this was when they were going to King County and Morgan and all that. And soon enough, this mysterious lady finds herself coming across Negan. Yep, as I've done in many other stories, Michonne meets Negan here, because the circumstances have been a lot different going forward. Andrea didn't get saved by Michonne, so this would happen. Except this time, Sophia is in tow, because remember, she's the key factor in this story. And I said that Michonne would be brought in later on with a twist. Sophia being here, that's the twist. Michonne, of course, like her original counterpart, the one in the vision, not the real story, she tries to attack, seeing as she's just... She would be evil still by this point, because we all know how Michonne was. But Negan puts her down instantly with a whack to the stomach with his bat, and with how weak and delirious and hungry Michonne is, she can't fight back. Sophia, being there, then looks to Negan, about to grab her back to signify she's about to grab her double-headed spear, and asks Negan, since this lady is so feisty, how about I take her down and show her we don't play? She can either accept our help or die. Negan smiles at her, and honestly, it's not the most ruthless he would have expected coming from Sophia, but he just smiles at her and says he's die from here. He appreciates the help, though. And with that, Negan hands her sword back, gives her a napkin, and introduces himself and the Saviors to Michonne. What will happen here that now that Sophia has threatened to kill Michonne because of her being there? Do you think the governor will ever make a return? Get revenge? Maybe even encounter Negan and Sophia himself? And that's where we leave things for the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed this part. Hope you guys are enjoying What If Sophia Joined Negan as a whole. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more. And I will see you guys next time.